Mark Cimino from Cimino Sports Performance. Today we're going to go over how to dominate a three-cone drill. Okay, on this drill, you can start with your right hand or left hand on the line. It is not a requirement one way or the other at the NFL Combine. Okay, so if you go right-handed stance, well, one thing on this drill is you're required to touch with your right hand on both the lines. So different than a pro agility or a short shuttle. When you go to your right, you touch with your right. When you go to your left, you touch with your left hand. On this drill, you'll be required to touch with your right hand on both lines. Okay, so your steps, if you go from a right-handed stance, you're either going to have to take 2 steps or 4 steps to get to that line. Most athletes will not have the ability to get there in 2 steps. So right-hand stance will take 4 steps. Will be here. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and on the way back, you try to get it in 2. All right, what we teach our athletes here is a left-handed stance, unless they don't have the ability, or they're not long enough, or is explosive enough to get there in 3. So we'll teach a left-handed stance. When you set up, you want to make sure that you're in a powerful position. You don't want to be rolling out of your start, even though you're probably not used to getting a left-handed stance, because most of the time you're 40 and stuff, you'll be right-handed. You have to be confident that you can explode out of that position. So we'll be in a left-handed stance here. On this, we're going steps. Will be 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Touch the line with the right hand. On the way back, it's 2. So you got to really push on that first step. 1, 2 with the right hand. Okay. The second part is you have to run this little figure 8 thing around the cone. Okay. When we do that, we want to make sure that we're leaning into the run. So as I come in here, I want to be leaning. I don't want to be here and breaking it off like I was running an out route or something. So we're going to lean into it. So as I lean into the cone and I come around this corner, I want to get myself on this side. This line would continue on the field. On this side of the line as soon as possible. By doing that, it'll allow me to get my hips in a position to turn easier. If I stay on this side too long and I get here, I'm going to have to spin like a top, or my hips are going to go this way and I really have to swing my hips around to get around. So you're going to be faster and more efficient if you get on this side of the line early so you can get your hips around and finish the drill. Okay? So, to go over it again, we have to touch with our right hand on both sides. You can do a left hand or right-handed stance. Left-handed stance, you'll probably get there in 3. Right-handed stance, you're probably going to take you 4. Okay, so left hand is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Run the angle. Get on the opposite side. Put it in the hips. Finish through the cone. So that's it. So if you're preparing for combines or for summer camps, it's very important to practice the event over and over again. The steps are very important to get your steps down, and running the drill is going to help you be successful at it. You don't want to show up and have not practiced it at all. So having the opportunity to do that, hopefully today that gives you an idea of how to practice it, how to get ready for it. The thing I did not talk about was the angles. So as you're transitioning in, make sure you keep your shoulders over your inside leg, make sure you're in good shin angles, and that you're pushing out of those angles, not popping up when you come out of it. You know, we had an athlete this year at the NFL Combine who ran the fastest time as a defensive lineman. So these techniques are proven to work. They're an effective way. I know there's other ways to run it, different step patterns, different things like that, but this is the most effective way that we found to run the 3-cone. So hopefully you got a lot out of it. Again, practice. You want to make sure you're ready and prepared when you get your opportunity. Thank you for watching.